what we can also do, we can change this legend position. Right now we have it in the right. Let's change it to the bottom. Okay, sweet. And now let's see the data. Here you can see we have some groups and we need to give the group here. And we also have the series here and give it as ID. As you can see, it is displaying the data by grouping by a group ID. If I change the group here, it will not appear on there. And it is also displaying percentages. And we don't want to display like so. We want the number format. And you can give it a value format. Let's use this value format with a number converter. And we need the initialize the number converter, and also to load the module. There is this one. And so you can change it to 0 and 0. It will display always integers, hopefully, yeah. But the percentage inside, oh, I forgot this one. The value is one thing and the label is another one. That is a little bit confusing, but the values we are, you can see as soon as I have it correctly, of course. But let me also replace the single quote to double quotes inside HTML file. There is the best practice. I don't know why they do with single quote inside the OJET cookbook, but it's not best practice. And here we want to display the item data value. We don't need to convert anything here. And this label is what we will see displayed on the pie chart, and if you hover it, we will see the value. Okay, so the label is there, this label here, and the value corresponds to when we hover it, we have the series and then the value. As you can see, we will need to format that, and you can use the number converter here, execute that, and use the .format method to execute that immediately. And number converter is not a function. Oh, sorry, it's not like that, but like that. Yeah, so now they are integer and are working properly, and we can use the format method from the object we are getting here by creating a new instance of the OJ convert number class or module, and then we can execute that directly. So here in the label you need to format the value so it will display it correctly, otherwise it will only be shown on the hover. You can have a label that is the percentage, and then as soon as you hover it, some section, you will have the value that can be a real value, a real integer, and not the percentage itself. Let's use some data to that, not the one we are getting from here. Let's remove this array, initialize it as empty, so you will not have errors. Open the db.json. Let's remove these fruits and let's put here users, countries, and it will be an array. The ID is okay. Series, let's change the series to actual countries. Let's say Portugal, let's say United Kingdom. Let's put Spain just for fun. 3 are enough. The group is country, and we have 20 users from Portugal, 10 from United Kingdom, and 5 from Spain. If you go to here, we will have the new endpoint. We can go to config.json and add that here, the users countries. Of course, we need to reload the app as we are changing a JSON file. It will not reload for you. And here you can change this get data to fetch users country or countries, and here it will be user countries. It will be async, and it will return the data from service. And if you remember, you have the customer services to do that for us, but we don't have the dashboard services here. So let me copy and paste the same and call it dashboard services to abstract the API calls for us. So dashboard services, and it will be fetch, it will call the user countries, will return the promise to us. You can also have it not as a class, but so of course you need a function here instead of a class, and it will be called dashboard services. And then we will return the dashboard service only. Here, let's load dashboard after the knockout dashboard services. We are just using the same notation as inside the OJ modules. You can do as you wish, so don't really bother about that. Also use the prototype. We are going to test it out. So after here, the dashboard services, and we will call this one. And when we want that to be called, so we need to call it here, try and catch. Let's data from service, the same we already did before. Don't forget the async keyword. So we get error here, and if we have a data from service, if you get a response, we will change something, and this time we are going to use here an observable user, so you can see the other way to work with data providers, countries data. And this will, as soon as we get the data, we will change the observable and give it the data itself. And of course we need to initialize that as an observable array, and as it is an array, it will be empty by default. And now if we open the page, we can see everything being loaded.